Hi, Crossrope family. My name is Laura Davidson. I am 59 years old and I have been using Crossropes since early 2021.
Well, my dad was in the military, so we moved quite a bit growing up until I was about 10 years old. We landed in Indiana, and then I've been there ever since. Well, actually, I just retired, but I spent about 37 years in healthcare. I was a respiratory therapist several years, and then worked for a large pharmaceutical company working on clinical trials for oncology patients. Well, actually, I saw an ad on Facebook for a jump rope, and so I ordered it. I thought it looked like fun, even though I didn't know if I could do it or not. But it turns out it was a really lightweight rope that was very difficult to use. But I kind of kept at it and then started seeing advertisements for cross ropes and thought I would give the weighted ropes a try. They've totally changed the game for me. Having that weight in the rope really made it so much easier to learn how to jump rope for me. When I started jumping, I realized what a great cardiovascular exercise it was. Definitely increased my physical fitness, my endurance. Actually, I think it improved my tennis game. With adding in the footwork, different types of footwork that you can do really increases your agility. It's increased my upper body strength, so I feel like my forehands and backhands are a lot more powerful than they used to be. And then just getting around the court. I mean, despite my age, I feel like I can get to a lot of balls that people don't expect me to get to. And I think a lot of that is because of all the jump rope that I've done. Yeah, I think it's made a big improvement. I use cross ropes every week, not every day necessarily, but definitely using them several times a week. I always feel satisfied and I feel like I've accomplished something significant. You know, getting through an entire workout sometimes is pretty challenging, and I always feel really good. I've got the endorphins going, so it's great. Always feel really good after my workout.
I was diagnosed at age 41 after having a normal mammogram at age 40. Unfortunately, the cancer was in multiple places, so I had several surgeries. Actually, about 2 years later, the cancer was found again. So went through another round of surgeries and went through radiation and did about 10 years of treatment. Cancer-free at the moment, so yay. I did not, that was back in 2007, so before I had found jumping rope, but I did actually have 2 surgeries in the last 4 years for breast cancer again. During those, I actually, of course, had to pause my jumping for a short period of time, but was definitely anxious to get back to it as soon as I could. So yes, it definitely got me back into shape quickly. The cancer treatment that I had did a toll on my bone density. I was on treatment for a couple years. Bone density kind of came back up and then kind of started to drop back down again. And that's about the time I started to jump rope. And I know jumping and putting those weights, on your muscles really helps with bone density, and it has helped mine tremendously. My bone density now is back up to where it was actually before I had cancer.
My husband surprised me with the amp handles one Christmas, and that was a wonderful surprise. I can't imagine actually using the ropes now without the amp. Having that feedback on the speed I'm working at and how many jumps I've done and who I'm chasing on the leaderboard, all of those things are like so motivating. It really pushes me to go to another level, honestly. The leaderboard on the amp handles, I would start just jumping and you can see the people that are like above you on the numbers of jumps you've got. And so it just motivates me because it's like 10 more jumps to pass the next person and 15 more jumps to get to the next person. And I find myself doing a lot longer workout because I'm either chasing somebody in the leaderboard, or I want to get to a round number of 1,000 jumps, and then I get to 1,200. Well, I go to 1,500 now, right? So it just keeps you motivated. It keeps you wanting more and more. I started learning tricks just by seeing people on Instagram and YouTube doing different types of things. Plus, I learned a lot of footwork on the Crossrope app, actually. Just watching people on Instagram, trying to figure out the trick, and then searching for tutorials and things like that. A lot of information available if you look for it. My favorite trick is probably the mic release. It took me forever to learn it, so that one is probably my favorite. I kind of end a lot of my routines with that. It's just a really nice way to finish it up.
Actually, I'm going to be traveling to London in July this year for a jump rope meetup. So I'll be meeting with a bunch of other people that enjoy jumping rope as much as I do. I'm really anxious to meet some people face to face in real life that I've met online over the last 4 years. So a jump rope meetup in London is where I'm going next.
The New York City meetup was amazing. I had connected with a lot of people online through Instagram, and to actually meet them in person and jump with them in person was just like It was unreal. I mean, I felt like I had all my friends there. It was just an amazing experience, an amazing weekend.
Oh, I always take my ropes on vacation. That's just so easy to take with them. So we've jumped on all kinds of beaches. And I'm not a morning person, but one thing I love to do on vacation is to get up before sunrise and take my ropes out to the beach where there's not a lot of people and just get a good workout in and watch the sun come up. I mean, that's just amazing. Outside of jump rope, I play tennis a couple times a week. Right now, I really enjoy that. But I also play golf. I like to walk. I like photography, meeting up with friends and family.
Gosh, just seeing everybody's story of how they start and how they've been able to increase their skills and increase their mobility, increase their fitness. I mean, those are all things that are very inspiring to me. I see Kathy jumps and all that she's accomplished, you know, with her weight loss through having children and jumping rope, and that's very inspiring to me.
Yeah, if I could jump with anybody, it would be my dad. My dad passed away when he was 63. He was about my age right now when he got cancer. But he was so physically fit his whole life. He was a basketball player, played in college and semi-pro. He was still playing organized basketball and was going to the step aerobics classes at the Y. And I know he'd be able to crush the jump rope game, so that's who I would love to jump with. I feel like what I'm probably most proud of is just the consistency that I've been able to maintain, and that is honestly because I found something that I enjoy so much. It doesn't feel like it's a chore, something I have to do. It's actually something I want to do. I decided to apply for the Crossrope casting call because I want to be an example for other people in my age group. I know a lot of people feel like, oh, I can't do that, but I'm here to tell you, you can. It took me a long time to get decent at jump rope, but it's been so rewarding and it's so good for you. And like I said, it's a joyful thing for me. I love it so much. It doesn't feel like exercise. And I just encourage everybody to try it. And I hope that I can inspire somebody to pick up a jump rope.